Hey guys, so I don't know, I just had the urge to pull some new cards for Sebastian. We'll see how it works out and what happens. I have a little bit extra cards now. So I don't know, since everybody's saying that he's been kidnapped and stuff, I thought I'd pull the same thing. I may get the same cards, who knows, but we'll see if there's anything extra. I'm also focused on a location, and I'm working on that. So keep in mind that cards are an extension of the user, and it is how we perceive them. They can be perceived different ways. It's how you're intuitively perceiving them. I am new at cards. I am still learning. It takes a long time to learn cards and to learn new tools, but any tool that's used, whether it be rods, I'm pretty sure that was the dog. We'll see if it goes off again. I got new balls, so we'll see. Cards, rods, any kind of tool is an extension of the user as you're tapping to the collective consciousness. I've yet to see the rods be accurate, but you never know. We can still try them. There's nothing that can keep us from using whatever tools we have available in our arsenal, because I am only a human. I only know so much. And sometimes our gifts are only go so far. So I wanted to, and I'm kind of tired right now. I know I'm still going to get the same thing channeling, so I just thought I'd do some cards. Now, keep in mind that the cards can come in, people involved, situations involved around it, all of that. So it's not just that specific time frame. It can pick up a lot of stuff around the energy around the case period. So all the ways to support me are in the link below. This is for entertainment purposes only. Viewer discretion is advised. Everyone is innocent until proven guilty. This is no way factual information. This is only psychic medium impressions and cards. I forgot to mention that past, present, future can come up in the cards. That cards are symbolic and they can have multiple meanings, just like readings or anything else. So I do want to throw that out there as well. Also, make sure you like this video, you subscribe if you're not subscribed already. We do all different types of things here, and make sure you hit the thumbs up button. Okay, so we have the very first card I pulled out was the death card. I got the accident card, which I feel like in this way it wasn't. In a way, it was pre-planned to a point. I don't even know if I want to say that, because I feel like there was thoughts about it in the way that this comes across. Like it would be so much better if someone wasn't around anymore, like those types of thoughts. But what happened was not exactly on purpose. It was more like an accident, like I lose my temper or something goes wrong in that way. And I feel like there was medications that were involved. This is my drug medication card. It can also be food shortage. Like if he wasn't being fed a lot, it can be that too. But I always take it sometimes as that. And in a way, assassination, it's not always literal in the way. And we have to remember that cards aren't always literal. So assassination can be like someone takes someone's life and they assassinate them. It's that type of feeling. It's not always like an outer source. Health risk, because he did have a lot of health problems. Sebastian did. He had a brain issue, or a head issue, a brain issue, and so he was a health risk. And I think just a little bit of anything happening was a danger to him. It's said that he ran away, okay, and he's missing. He was imprisoned in his situation in his life. Drowned, you can take kind of literal in a way. He could have drowned in his like fluid in his lungs. You can take it like that. It's not always literal drowning, but he could have drowned with the fluid in his lungs. That's how I'm taking this card. It can also relate to water. Again, we have the drug card here. So I don't know if he was on too much medication, something of that sort to help him sleep, or any other type that maybe it was overdone. I have the murder card. There might have been something burned in some way. Not necessarily him, but it can be evidence as well, or there's fire connected in some way. This would match the visions I've gotten in the reading. He was trapped in the situation, and it could have been also anything used. Okay, now these are my new cards. These are actually off of Amazon. They're crime cards, but I'm getting there's a few extra ones, and I'm just pulling them differently. So we have a homicide card, strangulation card. So there could have been, whenever someone gets they're getting into it. Like, a lot of things happen in the heat of the moment. There was the landfill mentioned at some point. There could be evidence in the landfill. I'm not saying it's him. I don't feel he's in the landfill. There's nothing in his chart to suggest that. But remember, around the case, evidence as well. Social media, there's a lot going on social media, as we all know. I don't know if he had a social media account or was talking to anybody on social media, but also there's a lot of crap going on social media. A lot of drama, as you all know, surrounding this case. And again, we have the drugs poison card. And again, the trapped card. He was trapped in this situation. We have the boat card, which just actually doesn't go here, but I find it interesting that it's here. It's actually in the wrong part, but it's still pulled out. So I'm going to put that in the right spot. It's interesting. Missing. He was said to have run away. Remember, this is being said about him. So, revenge. If he would have made somebody upset or somebody blamed him for something. And again, the assassination card. Okay. Okay, so now here we have the involvement of who's involved. And again, this is all alleged. And this is people also surrounding the case and the situation. And if we go back, I know Dog is on the case now and he says he's alive and he's going to find him. But if you go back to his original interview, before he knew anything about the case, he literally said, when you see cases like this, it's usually somebody from the home and they're in water somewhere. Just keep that in mind. That was the very first thing he said before he got into this case. So anyways, we have the first cards we pulled. Now we have the second ones. Again, I pull extra cards now. Okay, there could be a friend involved. Your friend knows something. We have the female. That is a family dynasty. But there's also an accomplice in crime. And I feel like this was after the fact. And so I know a lot of people think that like she's connected to certain people. But this can also be like it is an organized crime. It's not necessarily having to do with organized crime. Again, we perceive it as not always literal. It was an organized crime, which it was. There's no evidence. Organized crime. These are the interesting cards. Military, bloodline. Okay, so bloodline card is anybody that's bloodline related. And the military. Who's in the military? Okay, there could be the grandparent card. They could know something or be involved in the cover-up part of it. And it's interesting, the grandparent to the child. Okay, and we have a couple. And these are people that could know or be involved in a situation. There's some rivalry here with a male. So we know that and it was said that Chris was not in the home. And that was the very first thing that Spirit showed me in the reading, was that he drove away. Whether he came back and helped, I don't know. But Spirit said he was on the home when this happened. I only feel the person that was last seen with Sebastian was in the home with him when things transpired. But he still had a rival in a male. As we know, him and Chris didn't get along. They're fluent, military, affluent people. They're not. We have a family member. Other people involved in the cover-up of it, but one person, a burglar, they steal the life, steal whatever. A burglar can be stealing anything. That was a terrorist that sometimes, at some point, mother. Interesting. Okay. Again, the organized crime card. Again, spouse partner, that's a male. So he could be involved in the afterwards cover-up or know something. Also, the grandparents know something in the family. And who is the caregiver of Sebastian? This isn't always like someone that's in the medical field. I can also take it as a caregiver. You're caregiving for a child. Accomplice, partner in crime, and the devil. Okay. All right, so these are the personality oracle cards, but also there's symbolism to the cards. It's not always just her personality. It also talks about things belonging, going along with the case. But some of it is her, some of it is him, etc. So I can't make this shit up. This is the second card I pulled, and guess what? I have not pulled that card in any other case besides Sebastian, and I'll get to it in just a second. So we have a clown, someone that has a mask on and is performing. And next to that, we have the mother. This is the card I cannot make this up. The second or third time, I can't remember. I know that I pulled this card last time that I pulled with these cards. I have not pulled it since in any other case. I find that very interesting. Okay. So the mother is the moon in astrology. So again, a clown of a mother, a mask performer that's a mother's, and that's supposed to be somebody that's a comfort to their kids, but they're actually a madman. Embracer of madness, frenzy, chaos, utterly, possession. Sorry. And they're also a player. Someone that, I feel like, I think, didn't she have multiple, I don't know how true it is about the rumors about her having somebody else in the picture. That could be the friend involved, but she seems to be able to play men very well, and apparently there was an affair. I'm not sure how true that is, but find that interesting. Also a player, she's playing everyone, allegedly. And we have the writer, which is storytelling, crafting. Okay. We have the child. Okay. This is Sebastian. Someone that's vulnerable. We have a lawyer. So, law, case, defense, she might need a lawyer at some point. There might be a lawyer involved at some point. I don't know if she's spoken to a lawyer, but this is around the case. This is also around the case. Spiritual seeker. I'm doing a reading on the cards. I'm doing a reading on the case. There's been lots of people that do. I don't really know how that one fits in. But we have an employee. Okay. Worker. We have a friend. So I don't know if she told somebody or there's a friend that's involved in helping in some way, shape, or form, but that card keeps coming up. But we have the swindler. So master of deception, hypocrisy, disgust, and conspiracy. So we have a swindler there. The waiter I take as, well, they went to a restaurant the night of, or the night before. There's also a cleaner here. So there was cleaning that was done after the fact. These next cards I find very interesting. Oh, I missed this card. Driver. Okay. So you can take this literally as driving him somewhere. Okay. Security guard, which she is in the military. Service provider, watcher, and patrol keeper. It's also next to the soldier. I find that interesting too. Okay. But she's actually criminal. And she might end up going to prison at some point. Engineer, she's a problem solver of things. And bartender, I've heard that she does have a drinking problem, but also a small talker. All alleged. You can't make that shit up with that mother card coming in again. The second card. I haven't pulled it since. That blew me away. Okay. Wasn't expecting that. Okay, so we have location cards. And again, this is things surrounding the situation. So you have frozen inside. And this could be the water is cold. There could be a neighborhood surrounding it. Not necessarily his, but a neighborhood. And we have the river card again. I think I pull that every time. Mountains can just be higher elevation. Like I live in the mountains here, but it's not like I'm way up high. Or it could be surrounding the area. Landfill, we know there could be evidence in the landfill. Not saying he is. I don't feel that in any way, but there could be evidence there. Desert could just be a sandy area. We have the boat card again. We have hollow earth, which again, hollow earth can be caves, cemetery, anything of that nature. Mines, things like that. Portal, he did just disappear. I can also take this sometimes as a water card because water is a portal. Bones. This is an underground pipe. That's how I take it. There's a power supply, which I always tend to get. That could be running along, or it could be any type of power supply. He's hidden outside. There's reference to a tunnel and a school. I'm pretty sure school came in before. I'm not sure. It could be near or on private property or considered private property. These two go together as a water burial. Outside of public area. Left the home in a vehicle. There is mountain somewhere in nature. Again, school. Frozen again. So above ground in a random area. Okay. Then we have this. We could take this as a natural disaster. This was something that happened that was just a disaster. The way that it all surrounded. Also, there may have been a natural disaster in the area at some point, a really big storm, something of that sort. Take it like that. There was traveling involved and taking him somewhere. Again, we have the power supply. There's definitely a power supply close by. There's definitely a tunnel close by. That could be a tunnel that you drive through. That could be a tunnel that's in the water. Some sort of tunnel. Secret. So this is a secret. I mean, it's a secret spot. Outer space, it could be a place that you see the sky really well. Again, there's a neighborhood card, so somewhere there could be a neighborhood close. There could be a motel, hotel. This is stuff that you pass on the way as well in the area. It's no different than a reading. Like, what are you going to pass? That sort of thing, what's in the area. We also have boat again. Inside, wooded area. And again, mountain and road. Road. I always felt like a bridge was very important. So basically the same cards we pulled before. So now I'm going to pull the place oracle and see if we can get anything else that's going to put us in an area. The mountain card throws me because his chart doesn't really suggest for him to be super far at all. Like he doesn't really have anything in the ninth house to suggest that he's far away. So I know I did get a line that can be just a new city, a new county, but I don't know. The mountains kind of confuse me, but I think Tennessee has a lot of mountainous or higher elevation areas. I mean, Arizona does. So it just could mean like a higher elevation. Okay, again. So sometimes these have multiple meanings. Sometimes it can be symbolic and they're around the situation, but also they can actually be places that are either passing by or in the area. So we have a tavern. So food, pub, tavern, food, pub, drinks and beverages, food, places that you eat, window, framed views, glass portal, window seal. So this could be someone that's like looking out the window that's, kind of sad of how things are going. But I always look at a glass portal as the water as well. We have a fuel station that may be nearby or involved, or a convenience store, charging station, anything like that. So the sea. So it doesn't mean if there's no sea nearby, obviously it's not going to be the sea, but it's still pointing to water and an area of larger body of water and maybe even waves of some sort. There could be a beauty salon nearby or a spa, hairstyling, grooming, anything like that. There could be a church, spiritual sanctuary nearby. There's something, the living room. I don't know. This is a comfortable space, family gathering. So this could just have something to do with something happened in the living room. There's evidence in the living room, or it's just a family gathering place. Here we go with the bridge again. And this doesn't mean like a bridge like this. It can be any bridge over water, which is what I feel. There could be a place where there's fitness training, gym, but this is also can be symbolic for like strength and endurance. There could be a hospital or medical treatment area nearby. There is a park. Could be any sort of park. Recreational space. Again, mountain, so somewhere that's higher elevation. Desert, again, is just sandy area. There could be also agricultural or livestock nearby somewhere as well. Elevator is just a higher perspective. It's somewhere, again, that's accessible as well, accessibility. Lighthouse, so there could be a guiding light of some sort. It's a symbol of hope, and it's also has to do with the water. There should be a heartbreak place. Lost love, grief, memories, and heartbreak. Forest, dense canopy, nature sanctuary, forest floor. Lake, tranquil waters, reflections. Beach, again, if it's not necessarily a beach, there's all kinds of different beaches. There's beaches on the lakes, there's beaches on the river. The sky again that's coming in, so maybe there's really good, you can see really well, like the sky and the stars and stuff like that, cloud formations, things like that. There's a museum, which is artifacts. It could actually be a museum, but it could be a place that like kind of historical, but there could be artifacts nearby. A frigid realm, so it may get really cold. Icy wilderness, Arctic wonders, polar extremes. The water can get cold too during the winter. A place that's very windy. Cinema. This is actually been a whole movie going through it. There may actually be a cinema in your like that you pass, but this, you can also take this symbolically as, you know, we've been watching kind of a movie unfold. Forest cabin, so remote getaway, secluded area. There might be a shopping mall, which is interesting because of the dream that I had, the water outside the shopping mall, but I don't know what shopping mall that would be. Just, it could be a shopping center as well. Laboratory, there could be actual laboratory, or this could be something to do with DNA or evidence. Innovation and invention as well. Place of remembrance, so place of childhood memories, remembrance, sentimental area. Government building is interesting. Could be any sort of government building. The street, keep pulling the road in the street, so there could be an amusement park nearby of some sort, some kind of carnival or amusement park, or a place that one of those goes, or a place that sometimes a carnival visits, or whatever if it's not an amusement park. But comfort, familiarity, so home. So this did happen in the home, allegedly. Birthplace of dreams. So I don't know if that relates to like someone's birthplace or whatnot. And a factory. So that's coming multiple times. There could be a factory area nearby as well, industrial area, things like that. Okay, so I'm trying a little something new. Like I said, I'm trying new things and see what works. I use the regular tarot and I put it in like a Celtic cross sort of thing, with my little cheat sheet over here. So the first thing we have in the past is the High Priestess, but reversed. So secrets, lack of self-trust, out of touch, silence, disconnects, accepting surface knowledge. So this is how she was feeling in the past. There may be also secrets that were going on in the house or going on around her that were kept private. But, you know, reverse of the High Priestess. The High Priestess is usually about intuition and subconscious and like feminine energy. But when it's reversed, it's like secrets. Okay. Lack of self-trust, being out of touch with things. Okay. And in the present, we have the Death card. Now, in true crime, you can take this as a literal death. In regular tarot, it's more of transformation, new beginnings, which is what death is. But in this time, when you're reading true crime, I think you can take it literally. Considering that's the present. Okay. And then we have the Fool, but it was reversed. And this would be the problem. Recklessness, folly, carelessness, holding back, inconsiderate, hasty, and easy to manipulate. So that's the problem right now. The conscious is on a conscious level. She's talking about, she's thinking like, oh, it's domestic harmony now. There's contentment, there's celebrations, there's stability, security, because I don't have this stress anymore. So that's what she's thinking and putting out there kind of. But, and in the subconscious, it's like, you know, hey, celebrations, parties, gatherings, events, friendships, like she feels like, and I hate to say this, okay, so please forgive me, and I hope that I'm wrong. I hope that I'm wrong in feeling this way. It's almost like I got rid of a burden in the long run. It wasn't really on purpose, but looking back, it's like I don't have all the stresses that I had because, let's be honest, Sebastian was a struggling kid. He was a struggling teenager, and he was a tough one. He's a tough one. I can look at his energy and tell you he wasn't easy. And I feel like he would go off the handle and, you know, and have violence because of, you know, his health issues and the way that his brain was formed. And that's what I've always felt. So My kid, when he didn't have impulse control, he was the same way, swing first, ask later. It's kind of that kind of situation. Okay, so we have the influence and the power we have the Page of Wands upside down, which is hasty, impatient, impulsive, restless, distracted, easily tricked, and pessimist. So she was feeling very pessimistic about her life at that time, and negative and impatient on how things were going to turn out, allegedly. And then we have external influences, the moon, which the moon is also symbolic of the mother, but it's also illusion and fear and subconscious and anxiety and deception. Okay, so this is what the external influence is. The mom, but also deception. And then we have hopes and fears. So hopes and fears, as she presents as the Queen of Cups. Femininity, compassion, kindness, empathetic, supportive, counseling or therapy, which she might have needed, but also, she's presenting as someone that is like the Queen of Cups. Okay, or her hopes and fears are like the Queen of Cups. Like, she wants to present as compassionate and kindness. Like, she is represented by Virgo in the chart, so they are also practicality. But again, this could be like she might end up, there might be some counseling or therapy that's involved as well. And the final outcome is, it's the Four of Wands, but it's upside down, so it's reversed. So it's a canceled celebration, problem within the family imbalance, lack of roots, insecurity, and lack of faith. So this is all what's going to come from, and this is the final outcome of with the tarot. Okay. So now remember, this can be things surrounding the case. Okay. So I'm just going to take it as I feel, that there could be other, surrounding other people and whatnot. All right. So, but the first card that actually this flew out of the deck is the Justice card. So in some way, shape, or form, there's going to be justice. Weird science, again, is medication, drugs, anything like that can be related to that. Maybe a mix of it. There's some travel involved. Evil. Money. There may be some money issues going on. Mental health issues, which I think this came in the reading before about her being maybe bipolar or having some mental health issues that she's struggling with. But there was also Sebastian's mental health that was a struggle as well. There might be some kind of group that she's secretly involved with. Intoxication, said that she liked to drink. Microchip, so that can be any sort of digital anything, tracking, whatnot. Anger was involved, which I always feel was an explosive thing. Treason, so someone is lying. There may be a white collar crime that's involved, like stealing funds or stealing money in regards to this, and that's what I mean about things going on around it. She may have been a little bit of, there may be a little bit of jealousy involved here. There is, dropping everything. There is freedom. And again, surveillance. Like, we've seen the surveillance, but I think there's some surveillance that we don't know about, or something that sort. I'm pretty sure that came in the reading at some point. There's trauma on both sides, I feel. Someone's watching. She might be watching everything that's going on in regards to this. DNA. Demonic possession. I mean, she was married. Everybody's going down the rabbit hole on this. I don't know who got fired, or if someone got fired or lost their job or aren't working or won't work, but there's that. It can also be a breakup of some sort, but staged. There's things about this were staged. Perversion. Now, we do know the past about Sebastian and things happening, so I'm just going to put that out there as that. I don't think it involves Katie and him, but it can be just surrounding the situation from what we've heard. Paranormal. So this could be also a place that's haunted. Cemetery comes to mind, or there could be paranormal things that are going on. I think there's actually been like a voice in EVP recorded when someone was talking about them and things like that. I mean, I never really know how to take that card. There's revenge here in somewhere, or someone feeling like they feel a certain way towards someone. There's a cover up. That's a secret. might be a confession at some point that is a gift. There may be a meeting of some point. And there's lots of distractions in this case. Okay, period. Investigation. And in the investigation, they also need to use their sixth sense. But Sebastian may have had a sixth sense about something. There is paper trail, and this could even have to do with money or whatever it may be. Again, we have the cult card. So it can be like somebody thinks a certain way, cult behavior, or they, it's a group of people. Cleanup. Healing. Digital evidence, again. Air flight risk. There may be there's a secret trip that no one knows about. Cybercrime. And again, I think he was online with some stuff, so with some people and whatnot. So there's a lot of cyber stuff going on right now in terms of this case. But there could be even more. I don't know who he was talking to online or whatever that. But it's interesting because the cybercrime and the false flag comes in together. So it could be, people are thinking, oh, well, he was talking to whoever online. He's playing games with whoever online, but it's actually a false flag. Okay, it's not what's involved in my opinion. And this is, as you can see, I'm not flip-flopping. This is everything that's come in before. Intuition, and there is corruption. There is blackmail somewhere. There's let's see. So I don't know if there was a threatening of a breakup, because there's this breakup. So I think there was like a threat of breakup, abuse, neglect. There may be a debt of some sort. This was soul contracted. Legal proceedings. Now they were in legal proceedings for custody, but also this may be future legal proceedings. Gaslighting. Okay, someone's gaslighting. Fear and regret. And manipulation, which I think everybody's being sort of manipulated. There's some sort of embezzlement going around in this case. That could be misuse of funds or whatever that may be. Collapse. This is like everything coming down, okay, of an affair. So again, I'm wondering if she was having an affair or something of that sort, or even talking to someone else. This is an inside job. And like I said, premeditated in the way that she was thinking about it. It was thought through. It was thought about more than once, I think. But I think at that day, it sort of just happened. There's a timeline issue, and things got very explosive. Okay. I just thought about something with that meeting card. If someone came to help her, there would have been a meeting involved where they would have met her to help. Just realize that. Throw that out there. Okay, so we have, again, money involved. There's some sort of money something. I don't know if she's going to lose money, get money, but there's also like some money issues around the case, period. There is government involvement. There will be. It's interesting these two cards come in together. We have the jail card and we have the justice card together. It just may take some time. We have camera. So, again, there was camera evidence, but there might be more physical evidence. And again, FBI. That just came up, and I think that came in the prior readings. The FBI was going to join in some way, shape, or form, and footprints. So that can be any sort of footprints. It can be symbolic. Okay, there is a debt. A gift in this case could be the body, could be something else, some sort of evidence. There's regret. Again, they were married. Katie's married. Surveillance again. Lies. Legal proceedings. Again, they were in the middle of legal proceedings, but jealousy in legal proceedings. But also legal proceedings can be the future as well. There's greed in this case in some way. There's also a cover-up. And there's also fraud surrounding it and money surrounding it. So there might be someone misappropriating funds, or I don't know, but it doesn't necessarily. There's a lot of money stuff in his chart, so I don't know if it had something to do with money issues or whatnot as well. Seems like there's a lot of different things surrounding the situation. Okay, so there may be contamination of DNA evidence, maybe influencing the case. Additional evidence may at the scene may be discovered. Rage or anger was an extreme motive, like I said. I mean, that came in the reading. I get the same thing every time. If I'm wrong, I'll chalk to it, but I can't change what I see. So, victim engaged in unusual behavior prior to the crime, and a friend knows something, which we keep pulling the friend card. So, it makes me think there is somebody that knows something, and they're either keeping it a secret or they don't realize they know it. I'm going to do what's the vibe, and then we'll be done. So, we have someone running that's in denial and making excuses. There's possibilities here of healing. And then there's a masculine energy, again, disciplined father figure. We do know that there was a father figure that disciplined him. We do know that there are masculine energy surrounding this case. I don't feel like they're involved in the actual act, but maybe the after fact. There's burned bridges here. So someone's got their back turned on, and there's some disloyalty and lack of trust. As we know, there's gossip and rumors and all that stuff going on. There's deja vu, nostalgia. Someone's remembering things. There may be rush action, someone that's insincere. There may be an apology, but it's kind of an arrogant, insincere apology. Somebody may gamble or be into gambling, which I've gotten that before. There is a delay in this, a time delay. There's also time, there's issues with the timing of everything, but there is also a delay in the way things are working out. We have a psychopath that is masked. So they're abusive, cunning, and unpredictable, but they're hiding, concealing, and deception that. So they're a masked psychopath, someone that you can't really see that they're that way. They're trapped, and there's a double life, cheating, and backstabbing involved with the family. So blood ties, inner circle, and thrills, conscious decisions, addictions, and bad decisions. That can be regarding the alcohol or whatever it may be. Legal issues. Again, that could be past, present, future. Toxic. So there was a toxic environment, I feel. And I feel like at times, like her and her son were very incompatible, shattered, broken nightmares and failures. So she is shattered from it all. I don't feel like she really knew allegedly what she was doing. Alleged, not fact. Just going off of what the cards are saying. And I want to try one more thing. Let's see if I can understand these zodiac cards. I haven't used them very much, and I have a hard time remembering what everything means. So we have Aquarius. Aquarius is a water barrier, but it is an air sign. It also rules things like airstrips, I think electrical things, anything with space, anything like that. So Jupiter is also, this is usually Jupiter is luck. It's the planet of luck. It's also the planet of justice. Leo, I believe that he had Leo in his chart. It's also a prideful thing. The sun is a male figure, but is also our victim as well. But it can also be a male. But the reason why I think it's coming in, because when you have the sun and the moon together in a chart, it's usually a couple or a male and female. From my understanding, if I'm getting this right and understanding it, remember I'm still learning astrology and I'm a bit behind. We have the Cancer and Sun together, so Cancer is also motherly and the Sun is masculine. Taurus is someone that's stubborn and bullheaded. Scorpio can be like Taurus. We can also rule somewhere that's like literally has farm animals or bulls or things like that. Scorpio is the death. It rules the 8th house. Uranus is another place where a body can be. It is also, from my understanding, and we just went into our Uranus just went in retrograde. It can be anything that's very odd in structure, also around an area. A Gemini is someone that's two-faced, the twins, light and dark, yin and yang, two sides to one coin. Pluto is something that happened very fast, was very disruptive and very out of control. Earth, as we know, is just Earth. It's interesting because these last 3 cards, the moon is the mother, Venus is a woman, and Pisces is the water. So I just find that interesting. And again, hope I'm reading these cards right. There's no book with them. So I'm just using kind of my intuition and what I know from astrology to put it all together. So I think that's basically it. As far as the cards I wanted to pull and I mean an updated thing. So yeah, I think that's all I got for now. I just wanted to pull those and just do a updated energy. I got the same stuff. So I don't know what to say. All right. Until next time, guys, take it easy and stay safe.